What is up, Mario RPG fans? This is Brighton Nelson from RPG Ranked, and if you enjoy Mario RPGs, this is a video for you. This video we'll be talking about how we can save these beloved franchises from obscurity, which is kind of what's happening right now. With the recent the recent announcements for the Super Mario RPG and the Thousand Year Door remakes, we have a chance finally. So I'm going to be talking about the legacy of these Mario RPGs. I'm going to be talking about how we can save the Mario RPG franchises from the original Mario RPG to Paper Mario to Mario and Luigi to Rabbids Kingdom Battle and all those other wacky games, and how we can make a new Mario RPG franchise that will make everyone's mind blown. Alright, let's get into this video. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought I had a lot more time to draft this video, come up with it, all that crap. And then Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG like remake got announced. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can still wait. Like, that isn't gonna ruin my plans for what I'm gonna talk about in this video. But then what the heck? The Paper Mario Thousand Year Door reveal at the Nintendo Direct made that Nintendo Direct that was otherwise pretty crappy, other than a Euden Chronicle. I'm so excited for that. But other than that, like, this was a pretty bad Direct. Like, let's be honest here. But Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door getting a remaster, possibly remake thing, we'll see if they add any new content, is absolutely insane. And really, it might help me and my argument in this video. So first part of this video is going to be titled Part 1. The legacy of Mario RPGs. This franchise started back March 9th, 1996 with the release of Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. To this day, it is still widely regarded as one of the best Mario RPGs created because it took the beloved Final Fantasy-like systems and added it into Mario. So you have a party of characters, equipment, diverse environments. You've got 5 playable characters that you can switch out from Mario to Peach to Bowser to Geno to Mallow. And you've got all these beloved characters that people love to this day. And this pushed the graphical limits of the SNES. It pushed the gameplay limits of the SNES and made a very good RPG. And now that we have a release date for this game in just, I don't even know if it's a month. Let's see. A month and a day from when I'm recording this video. So probably not, I'm going to be posting this video in a while. So I guess it's probably not just a month. It's less than a month away for you all watching this video. And that is absolutely insane that we're getting this classic RPG back with new elements that don't seem to have any... I mean, maybe people aren't loving the UI, but other than that, I don't see anything that's like worse in this game. So I'm really loving that this new style, this new graphical style, and the new updates that we're getting to Super Mario RPG. And that is fantastic. I haven't actually had the chance to play this game. I've heard so much about it from my friends and my dad and all that stuff. And it looks so amazing. And I really am excited to play it with this new version. I just haven't got around to playing it. I didn't want to emulate it and, you know, all that stuff. Didn't want to be illegal. But I've been really looking forward to playing this game, and that's where it all started. So in the next turn of events, we got Mario RPG 2, also known as Mario Story in Japan. And since Square didn't want to keep developing RPGs, they had to do it themselves. So they got Intelligent Systems to make Paper Mario. And August 11th, 2000, we got Paper Mario, known in Japan as Mario Story. And this game honestly really had nothing to do with Paper. Let's be honest here. It was really all about just the different partners, the different environments, the different chapters. It was oozing charm, and the graphics are some of the best Paper Mario, still some of the best Mario RPG graphics to this day. They're just super charming. And while this is not one of my favorite Mario RPGs, I know it's beloved for so many people. I just would rather play Thousand Year Door any day over this game. Sorry, I'm kind of basic. But I really do love this game. I loved all of what it started, the legacy it started, and it started the second series. I mean, I guess Mario RPG has never really turned into a series. So it started the first series of Mario RPGs. So then 3 years later, in 2003, November 17th, which is the same date that Mario RPG is going to be releasing. So maybe that's some sort of homage of sorts. 20-year anniversary of the Mario and Luigi series, we're getting Super Mario RPG. But Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga was released, and I don't love this game as much as so many other people too. My favorite's Dream Team. I know that's probably going to get me canceled, but I think that Superstar Saga was an amazing game, and it really, I mean, the graphics, again, are super charming. I don't know how they're making these, like, timeless RPGs, but the graphics here are still amazing. The gameplay is awesome. I wish we could get the hand attacks back, you know what I'm saying? And just Superstar Saga started a series that is beloved to this day, even if we don't really have it anymore, and it's so sad that Alpha Dream went bankrupt, but I'm going to talk about that later and how we can save that. And then in 2004, we get one of my favorite games of all time, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. A phenomenal game, so much magic. The only thing that I would say is worse about this game than the first game is the backtracking, but really, I'm okay with backtracking because that means I get to fight more battles, and I'm not really complaining about that. So, I love Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's an amazing game. I'm only 16, but I've been playing this game since I was like 4, and whatever year that was, 2011. Like, I've been playing this game forever, and I really love this game. I didn't grow up when it came out, but it's still nostalgic for me. And I remember, I think I had 2 years in a row, I had a Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door birthday party. Like, this was that game for me too. And I love that we're getting this remaster, possible remake of this game. And I'm super excited to see, oh, maybe they'll add some new things. And I mean, they didn't, like, they really just went full send with this remake. Like, they made a new graphical style, new UI that honestly fits just as well, if not better, with the Paper Mario. The only thing that I don't love is that they changed the intro screen, but I can deal with that. That's all fine and dandy, so that's all good. And the next we got Partners in Time, which, other than, I don't know, of the Mario and Luigi games, I played this is my least favorite, but that is still fine. I haven't played Paper Jam, so don't worry, I'm not saying it's worse than Paper Jam, but Partners in Time was a great game. I mean, the bros attacks weren't the best thing ever, but I love that we get Baby Mario, Baby Luigi in this game. It adds a lot to the gameplay. I never really finished this game because it wasn't my favorite, but it is an awesome game nonetheless, and I totally understand why people love it. And then in 2007, just a couple months after I was born, we got Super Paper Mario, which I know it took the franchise in a different direction. Paper Mario is being very experimental, and it still is to this day. But honestly, I love Super Paper Mario. It's my favorite platformer of all time. It's an amazing game. The story's awesome. It's not my favorite story in one of these Mario RPGs, but it is my second favorite. I love the story. I love the unique characters. I would argue that Super Paper Mario has the most unique characters in any of these games, honestly. And maybe that is going to get me canceled again, but you know, like, all the different looking, like, Fractale and Count Black and Dementio and Mimi, like, this game was so inspired. And I know there's some people on my channel who are like, oh, this game sucks. And you know, I get it. I get it if you don't like it like Thousand Year Door, or you don't love it like Paper Mario 64, but it was still a really good game, even if it was different. I mean, yes, I think this could have been its own thing. Like, I'm not going to talk about this in this video, but too much, but I think that Super Paper Mario could totally be its own franchise too. Like, I think that if we got Super Paper Mario 2, 3, that would be awesome, as long as we kept getting like Thousand Year Door type games and all that. Like, Super Paper Mario is once in a lifetime game. It's too weird to die, but too, what's that freaking phrase? Too weird to live, but too rare to die. That's what it is. It is an amazing platformer, and I think the only Mario platformer that might beat this for me is the upcoming Super Mario Wonder, which probably won't happen because I like Super Paper Mario too much, but it's possible. And then next we get the one that people say is underrated, even though it's really not at this point, because everyone says it's like top 2, top 3 Mario RPG, and that's Bowser's Inside Story. It's usually a debate between this, Thousand Year Door, and the original Mario RPG, but people love Bowser's Inside Story. I haven't got a chance to play this one much, but it's so cool. Like, playing as Bowser and with the punches and all that is amazing. I'm not going to talk about that too much because I'm not too informed about that game as much as I'd like to be. And then we get Paper Mario Sticker Store, and this is where people start losing their minds about the Paper Mario franchise. And this is just, I don't hate this game. I actually think it's an okay game. I would give it like a 64%. Like, I don't hate it. It has fun things, but it is so whack. Like, I feel like they didn't put any thought into the battle system, because, like, the battle system, I actually kind of like it. Like, the stickers are fine. That's not my problem. But what is the point if you don't get any rewards? You know what I'm saying? Like, the idea of this battle system is fine. It just needed to be a spin-off. Like, if this game was just a one-off game like Super Paper Mario, like, I am okay with getting these new experimental games, except we should have the original type thing, you know? Like, we need more Thousand Year Door type games too. And I just am sad about this game, because you can tell that the developers wanted to have partners. They wanted to have all this. There was the original Chainsaw partner. They were saying that this was going to be the most in-depth Paper Mario ever, and then the higher-ups just wrecked the team. And you can still see that happening to this day with Intelligent Systems trying their very hardest to get what they want in their freaking games. And this is not really what they wanted to make, and that's super depressing. But I'll keep talking about that later in this video after we get out of the legacy section. And then we got Dream Team, my favorite Mario and Luigi game by a pretty wide margin. I just love the Dream World. It's so cool. I mean, yes, the humor isn't as good. The tutorials suck, I will admit, but I love that we get Mario battles. I love that we get the Mario and Luigi typical gameplay, and then we get Dream Luigi infused in Mario, which is so cool. It's my favorite gimmick in the franchise, and I love the 2D side scrolling and the jumping around in the dream world and solving puzzles and stuff. I mean, I know it's not as crazy as I might think, but I love Dream Team. It's always been my favorite Mario and Luigi game, so I absolutely adore that. And then Paper Jam came out, and this is where people had a second freak out after Sticker Star, because people are like, oh my gosh, what is Mario and Luigi doing? Why is this a bunch of generic toads again, like in Sticker Star? And people are like, what the crap is happening? And of course, now we know that Intelligent Systems is not allowed to, I mean, this isn't Intelligent Systems, sorry, but anything Paper Mario apparently is being restricted by the higher ups, which might be saved with Thousand Year Door coming out soon, so we'll see. But Paper Jam is apparently a very uninspired game. I've seen the battles look fun, but I've seen some of the NPCs and stuff, and I'm just not that interested in playing this game. And really, when you look at Paper Mario versus Mario and Luigi, like, this should have been some insane shiz. Like, seeing Bowser and Paper Bowser, no, they should not have teamed up and all that. Like, they should be like, oh my gosh, I want to kill Mario, I want to kill Mario. And like, there could have been so much here with the Paper world, but again, they were restricted and weren't allowed to do anything. And because of the kind of failure of Paper Jam and the Bowser's Inside Story remake, Alpha Dream is gone. They're bankrupt because of the stupid decisions of the higher-ups. And I mean, I respect those people, those higher-ups, because they are having to run a company and direct hundreds, thousands of game developers. Like, I understand that they make mistakes, and if they fix the mistakes, like, that's fine. But we can't just keep getting these games that honestly nobody's really liking. And I mean, there are people who like certain games. Like, I mean, there are people who love Paper Jam. There are people who love Sticker Star. Like, my brother's obsessed with Sticker Star. I don't really get it, but he is. He loves Sticker Star. I mean, it's not his favorite. He likes Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario better and stuff, but he still said that Sticker Star was an 85% game for him, which I don't really get. But, like, we all love our different games. We have our different tastes and stuff, but when a general, like, mass majority of your audience is just like, oh my gosh, get me Thousand Year Door back, you should probably listen. So I think that's a little embarrassing, but again, it's not Intelligent Systems' fault. So speaking of Intelligent Systems, in 2016, we get Color Splash, which is basically just Sticker Star Plus. I haven't played Color Splash yet, but honestly, I've seen gameplay, and it looks so much better than Sticker Star. Sure, the battle system actually looks kind of worse, but I look at some of these worlds, and they feel inspired. It looks like Intelligent Systems is trying to push as much creativity into a game that they're being restricted on. Like, the higher-ups are probably, oh, you have to have the Koopalings as bosses, or else, like, you can't make this game. Or you have to have levels and all this stuff. But you still see these crazy awesome levels, like the pirate ship level, and, like, freaking Chrono Cross stuff when you go between the dimensions and pipes and stuff. Like, there is great elements of Color Splash, the humor. And honestly, it's insane that the higher-ups still were restricting them like this. And Huey's hilarious. Like, again, I haven't played this game, but I've seen some awesome stuff. Like, the opening cutscene in this game is honestly super cool. I loved that. It was giving that one Kirby game where they suck everything, all the color out, too. I can't remember what game that was. But anyway, maybe, Rainbow Curse, maybe? I don't really know. But anyway, that's what it was giving for me. And then we got the Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions remake, which sold decently well. I wish that it would have sold more so Alpha Dream wouldn't go bankrupt. And it's just sad because I feel like Alpha Dream just didn't want to make new games because they weren't really, I feel like they were probably being restricted by the higher-ups too. Like, they just wanted games that they loved, but they probably weren't getting the chance to make what they wanted. So they were like, okay, fine, we'll remake our old games. And really, they should have waited for the Switch. This is kind of their downfall because end of 3DS cycle, we're getting these remakes, and nobody really cares about the 3DS anymore, and it's just really sad. I mean, Superstar Saga sold okay, but then I'm literally looking at this website, and it doesn't even mention the remake of Bowser's Inside Story, because it literally was that under the radar. I don't even think it sold, I think it sold like 200,000 copies, which is pretty bad for a Nintendo IP. And that's just really sad, because that is a remake of a beloved game, and people, I mean, yes, a lot of people say it's worse than the original, which probably got around and made so it didn't sell well. And I mean, yes, it might not be as good, but I'm a little sad that everyone was spreading that, because that probably led to a lot of the bad things that happened. And I mean, yes, a lot of it is the interesting idea to put it on the 3DS when the Switch was like literally just coming out or already had came out. But I think that, yeah, this is the reason the poor sales of Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story remake led to the downfall of Mario and Luigi, which is so depressing. And then now we're getting Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door and Mario RPG coming up soon. But there's one more game to talk about, and that's Paper Mario: The Origami King, which I'm going to talk about this in a different video, but Paper Mario: The Origami King is like a masterpiece in my eyes. And here's the reason why. Sure, it isn't the Thousand Year Door at all, but under the restrictions that Intelligent Systems has, they were able to make a phenomenal game. Like, I can't stop talking about how much I love Origami King, and nobody might agree with me. You might all want to, like, shoot me, but Paper Mario: The Origami King is one of my favorite games of all time, and if there weren't any, restrictions on Intelligent Systems, this could have easily been one of the greats that everyone's talking about. And I love Origami King. The thing here is, I'm going to talk about this all in a different video, but just the small thing I want to say is, yes, there's generic characters, but they were able to make Intelligent Systems pushed past that and made the generic characters into the most lovable Paper Mario characters for me. Like, the idea of Bobby being generic, that was part of the story. They were able to take their restrictions and make a great story, and that's why Origami King is my favorite story of any of the Mario games, period. And I love Origami King. Bobby, Bowser Jr., Kamek, like, they're all literally like super generic characters, but you can see Intelligent Systems was trying their very best to push past the stupid decisions of the higher ups and make a phenomenal RPG. So what are we getting at here? I mean, some people don't call it an RPG, but so what am I getting at here? Well, I just wanted to talk about the legacy of the games really fast for anyone who maybe has only played a couple of them. Like, not everyone has played all of these. I haven't played all of these extensively, but there are some things I want to talk about. So now we're going to move on to part 2, the game that started it all. Alright, I mean, we talked about it. Mario RPG is the game that started it all. So what is my opinion on what we need to do with Mario RPG? Well, I think Mario RPG on its own should be branched into a new franchise. And I think that this might be possible if people will buy Super Mario RPG. Because if games like Live Alive are being remade, and then they're promising a sequel for 1 million sales on Live Alive, there's no freaking way that if people buy Super Mario RPG that it won't get sequels. Like, I feel like they're testing the waters here. Do people actually like Super Mario RPG? So I plead any of you watching this video to go buy that game right now. And I can even put I'll put an affiliate link in the description if you just want to buy it straight out of the video. But like this Super Mario RPG, like we need sales on Super Mario RPG. Like if you haven't bought it yet, buy it now because we want this back. If you're watching this video, I know you love Super Mario RPG or at least intrigued by it. So let's buy it and get those sales that we need to prove to Nintendo that this game is good. So what is it that I think we should do with Super Mario RPG? Just make sequels. For example, we could get a Super Mario let's see, let me think of like a quick idea. Super Mario RPG 2, Super Mario RPG 2, I don't know. I think Super Mario RPG 2 could just be a direct sequel. Like, it doesn't need to be some 1,000-year-door whack or, like, Sticker Star. Like, it doesn't need to be, like, this, like, kind of legacy title where each game is, like, disconnected from each other. I think Super Mario RPG 2 could be a direct sequel following these characters that we love. Maybe going to a new locale or something. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe, let's say Bowser gets captured and then we team up with Mario, Peach, Geno and Mallow to go save Bowser. I think that could be a novel idea. So let's say we're going to save Bowser and he's been taken to a new kingdom and we can find new characters. Like let's say, I want to think of something off the top of my head. Let's just think of some wacky thing. But like let's think about Super Paper Mario. Like let's think of these crazy unique characters. We don't need boring Mario characters. Like they can make new characters as proven by Mario Wonder. So we can have some crazy new character. Let's see, Mallow, Geno. Let's think of something whack. Like, just give us some, I don't know. All we need for a Mario RPG 2 is just some more of the same. I mean, that's what people want, really. Everyone just wants a greater version of the game they play. That's what people love in true sequels. I mean, I'm all for spin-offs going in crazy directions as long as they're keeping what people love about the franchise. So let's think of an example here. I mean, these Mario RPGs are a spin-off in their own right, but I'm trying to think of an example really quick. Oh, like Final Fantasy. Like in Final Fantasy, we're getting wacky. Okay, no, that's not a good example because the games have gone crazy. Let's say Dragon Quest. So we're still getting all these turn-based, like different Dragon Quest entries, but then we're getting these wacky spin-offs like monsters and all this stuff. They're taking the franchise in new directions. That's fine as long as we keep the core for the people who fall in love with these games in the first place. So Super Mario RPG 2, I didn't really think of too much because I haven't played the original. So I can't really say, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I really want to play the original. Sorry, I haven't played that yet. But like, just continue what we've got here, and Super Mario, like, continue with this art style that we have and continue giving the fans what they want, because that's literally how you're going to get more money. Like Nintendo, think. Like literally think. If people love something, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that some things should be experimental, which I will get into soon, but we still just need those core games. And my idea for this is just do a direct sequel, like have Bowser be captured, or even worse, have Geno be captured, because everyone's in love with Geno. If Geno's captured, people are going to be pissed off, but they're going to like literally want to go through this game, and they are going to play the whole game to save Geno because people are obsessed with Geno. So if we could just go to a different locale, find new worlds, get new party members, but keep the same thing. Like recently, Octopath Traveler 2 made a perfect sequel to the first game. Like there are still perfect sequels out there. Or like, I mean, like Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door is a perfect sequel to the first game. Like just give us a grander scale Super Mario RPG 2. Or like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Just do something like that. Maybe the third entry could be a little more experimental. Not too much, but just to get the franchise back on its feet, make Super Mario RPG 2 just a direct sequel to Super Mario RPG. Keep the characters and probably like double the cast. We can get some new characters. Like heck, let's get Luigi in our party maybe. Like obviously we want new characters, but yeah, we could get like Luigi in our party. And then we could get some crazy, like, I don't know, maybe let's get a Lakitu that has like 8 heads, and rides a motorcycle. Like, I don't care. Just give us something interesting and unique and keep the party. And so this is going to be like the core RPG franchise, like the normal RPG for Mario RPG. So when you think about different types of RPGs, this is just going to be your traditional JRPG franchise for the Mario RPG spin-off series. We just want party members. We want the typical stuff for Mario RPG. And if we just keep this franchise, then we can do more experimental stuff, but we need a normal just RPG franchise to draw in Final Fantasy people, like retro Final Fantasy people. We want to draw in people who love just typical RPGs, or we want to draw in people who love like Bravely Default or something, or just or Octopath Traveler. Just give us some new things. Maybe we could even have a class system, and maybe let's say Mario RPG 3, we get a class system. And I mean, sorry, like in number 2, I don't want to experiment too much just to get it back on its feet, but we could have a class system kind of like what we're seeing in the Princess Peach game right now, Princess Peach Showtime. Maybe we could get classes for all, let's say we have 8 characters in Mario RPG 3, and let's say they have classes, but they're still different. So, or maybe kind of like how in Golden Sun, we get the different like classes, but it doesn't fundamentally change the character's innate abilities, just like in Octopath Traveler, right? Like, we could get some crazy stuff like that in Super Mario RPG 3, but it could stick to traditional RPG type roots, and that will get sales, Nintendo. That will get sales, because people are buying Octopath Traveler. People are buying Bravely Default. People are buying all these traditional RPGs because there is a huge fan base for them. I mean, maybe not as much as, I mean, Super Paper Mario sold more than any of the actual RPGs, right? I mean, platformers are a bigger deal than RPGs for a lot of people. However, that doesn't mean that you aren't going to get millions of sales if you just make a good RPG. Alright, I think I've stayed my welcome for part 2 of this video. So let's get into part 3, an alpha dream come true. Alright, we need to save Mario and Luigi. Like, let's be honest here. The fact it's gone is stupid, Nintendo. Because even if Alpha Dream is going to go bankrupt, throw them money. Because you know that they can sell their games. Like, this is not, even if Alpha Dream's gone, get a different team. Get, like, Capcom or something who can make good stuff. Like, they made Minish Cap. They made that beloved game. We can get a team that goes back with Mario and Luigi and gives us a good game. I have 3 ideas for potential Mario and Luigi games. I thought about this a lot more. Since I didn't play Super Mario RPG yet, I didn't really get to think too much about what there could be in potential sequels. But the first one I wanted to share is not my creation, but a creation on the Fantendo Wiki. And that is Mario and Luigi Brothers in Arms. So it says Brothers in Arms is the first Mario and Luigi on the Nintendo Switch. And it was released on Superstar Saga's 15th anniversary, which I think it's a little, 2018, no. But we can get a Mario and Luigi game on Switch 2, let's say, and that's going to be Mario and Luigi Brothers in Arms. I think this would be a perfect way to just get the series back on its feet. It's not too complex. It'd be good for newcomers because the idea of this game is, it says Mario and Luigi, Starlo, Princess Peach, Toadbert, Toadiko, and Toadsworth are all aboard a cruise ship known as SS Toad on their way to the Shoreland Kingdom. Peach holds a meeting and explains that Prince Piran is going to become the new king that they've been invited to celebrate. Toadsworth, however, made Mario and Luigi tag along due to the dangerous monsters that inhabit the island. The meeting is interrupted by disturbance on the boat deck. Mario, Starlo, and the ship's captain, Toadilo, head out to investigate, but they are attacked by Tridius, a large hawk. Mario is able to defeat him, but Toadilo is knocked overboard. Mario and Starlo rush back to the bridge at the SS Toad, but the ship crashes due to the lack of a helmsman. So they get shipwrecked on this island. So the idea, so there's this whole story, which you should totally go check it out on Fantendo Brothers in Arms. It looks awesome. But let's just talk about the battle system, because really, I mean, yes, we love the stories in Mario and Luigi games, obviously, but the battle system is what is the gimmick of each of the games that makes it different, and that's why I want to talk about this. So this idea is that it adds a couple things. First of all, it adds the fame stat point. It lowers the price of items bought at shops and increases the amount of items sold, caps at 75%. Additionally, NPCs are more likely to give random items to Mario and Luigi with more fame. So that already would add quite a bit to this system. Just having a new stat like that would be awesome. And then the idea is that there would be sidekicks. So this would be the perfect first release for the next Mario RPG. So after Thousand Year Door gets released, I think this would be a good near beginning of the Switch 2. And this is talking about the sidekick. So Brothers in Arms, the sidekick system allows each of the Mario Bros to team up with another character in the game, meaning 2 sidekicks can be active at one time. So this could kind of replace the badge system. And a lot of people love Superstar Saga. We don't need some convoluted new idea. We just want kind of a franchise reboot here. So we just want a simple game again, because if we can just get a simple re-entry point into the Mario and Luigi series, we can get new fans, we can get all this stuff, and I think this game is a simple idea that would just get people back in the Mario and Luigi series. Because every game, if we just keep getting more complicated, it might get away new fans. So I think starting on Switch 2 with this new Mario and Luigi Brothers in Arms would be perfect examples. So I'm going to talk about the sidekicks more here. Sidekicks make automated moves entirely separate from the bros. The player can control what moves the sidekicks make via the sidekick category. In this menu, Mario and Luigi can see how many turns it will take for the sidekick to perform a certain move. Some of these moves will occur every turn, while others may occur every other turn, and so on. However, sidekicks can only work on one move at a time. Sidekicks rank up when they spend enough time with a bro. Ranking up unlocks an additional move for the sidekick, meaning they can have a total of 3 possible moves. In addition, sidekicks do not have their own stats. Instead, the bro's stats taken and cut in half. Because of this, players must be strategic when they apply sidekicks. So, for example, Broggy, a physical attacker, would do much better on Mario since Mario is a physical attacker. Below is a list of all the available sidekicks in the game. And then there are 7 of them. Which maybe there could be a couple more, to be honest, but the idea is that this is kind of a mix between a Paper Mario game and just the traditional Mario and Luigi games. And I think that this could just be a great way of making, re-entering the franchise. And I haven't really read over the story and stuff, so I mean, this is a fan game, but if people these Fantendo games actually get a lot of notice and stuff. Oh, and there's also badge systems and ranks. So yes, they didn't replace the badge system. The idea of these sidekicks would be really cool. It could be a new idea that we've never seen before in a Mario and Luigi game, because we do need some way of separating it apart. And Brothers in Arms, it sounds like an awesome game. So we get this first Mario and Luigi game, and I thought of 2 other ones that we could introduce later. So after Brothers in Arms, we could have another Mario and Luigi game called Mario and Luigi Alpha and Omega. And I think that could play as both a story plot line as well as just saying, hey, Alpha Dream is back, you know what I'm saying? So after Alpha Dream or whatever takes over, whoever would make this next Mario and Luigi game, Brothers in Arms, after this we get Alpha and Omega, which will be a tribute to all the hard work Alpha Dream put into these games. And the idea for me of Alpha and Omega is that Mario and Luigi from the future, so I was thinking that the world of Mario and Luigi would be destroyed, post-apocalyptic, okay, not post-apocalyptic, let's say Bowser actually won or something. Maybe the intro of the game, we're just playing, we're thinking it's a normal game, and then Bowser or whoever the antagonist is, probably not Bowser because that's too basic, but let's say we get a new antagonist, and they're kind of like Count Bleck, but they actually win, right? So they just take over the world and it's ruined. However, Mario and Luigi meet this let's say a magician or something teleports them back in time, right? So the idea is that I think only Luigi would go back in time, but Mario is trying to take, Luigi got sent back in time, but Mario's still here. So Mario is in this post-apocalyptic world, and Mario is going to be helping out the people here and trying to see what he can do to fix this, because he doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know where Luigi went. He thinks Luigi died or something. So let's say that. And then Mario meets up with Wario. Mario meets up with Waluigi. So in the future, we get Mario and Waluigi. And in the past, we get Luigi and Wario. So then we have this idea of, it's kind of like Bowser's Inside Story, where we have 2 separate parties, overall. And that would be really cool, because then we can have just like the world as like this apocalyptic world as seen by Mario and Waluigi, and then we can have the opposite. And maybe Mario and Waluigi are the ones who, maybe they accidentally destroyed the world or something, and they're trying to fix it too, or something like that. And that could be really cool. And then we can realize that, oh, Waluigi and Wario were controlled by some, I don't know, Peach or something. Obviously that's a terrible name, but like we could have this game where we have 2 separate parties and they have different attacks and stuff, and maybe during the end game they all team up in a party of 4 and there's just this really climactic battle and stuff, and then just different stuff. Like that could be really cool, kind of like how Final Fantasy Dimensions takes the 2 teams and puts them together. But that would be super cool if we could have like this experience where we have it would be a really, I feel like that'd be a really fun way to go about doing a next step in this new like Mario and Luigi, because it wouldn't be too complicated, I feel like, for newer people who are getting introduced to it on Switch 2, but it would be an evolution for the series versus the partners, you know what I'm saying? So we get these 2 parties, and there could be actually a really cool plot here, I feel like, if we had some sort of plot twist where Wario and Waluigi weren't even bad. Maybe it was like Mario and Luigi really in the future or something, and maybe they teleported him back. Like, I feel like there could be so much here with an idea of Alpha and Omega. And if you don't know, Alpha and Omega just means like the beginning and the end, right? So I think that would be a really cool idea. It would pay homage to Alpha Dream, and like we could get these cool, unique Mario and Luigi games again. And then I think the next step for the franchise of Mario and Luigi, I thought of a name, and this I think I like my last idea better, but I feel like this next one takes more steps toward being a bigger game and all that, and this would be a Mario and Luigi Royale. And my idea for this game was that, not like Cackletta or Fawful or something, but maybe we get a return of one of the, maybe we get a return of Fawful, and maybe not as the main bad guy, but just like a return of Fawful just for series fans. But we can get, my idea for this one, Mario and Luigi Royale, is that we have some bad guy that's saying, hey, if your kingdom doesn't participate in this game and win, then your kingdom will be destroyed, right? And I think that could be a cool idea for, and I'll tell you in a second, but like, yeah, that sounds kind of stupid, like Squid Game or something, but I kind of feel like it'd fit with the idea of Mario and Luigi, because I think Mario and Luigi is a silly franchise, and if we get someone like Fawful hosting a kingdom battle, no, okay, that's terrible reference, but like we have, let me explain more. So for, let's say Mario and Luigi are the representatives for Bean Kingdom, because that's kind of where they've been this whole time, you know what I'm saying? So Mario and Luigi are representatives of Bean Kingdom. Then Mushroom Kingdom is being represented by Peach and Bowser. No, not Peach and Bowser. Let's see. Heck, you know what? I feel like we need Toadsworth as a playable character. So Mario and Luigi are representing the Bean Kingdom, and then Toadsworth and Peach are going to be representing the Mushroom Kingdom, and then Bowser's Kingdom is going to be Bowser Jr. and Bowser, of course. Maybe even K-Mech in there somewhere or something. Maybe we'll get a party of, no, probably not a party of 3. That doesn't make sense. Bowser and Bowser Jr., let's just say, are the playable characters there. And then, let's say, heck, this would be a good segue into one of the next games I want to talk about. I feel like this game should be released after one of those, but let's talk about the Waffle Kingdom. And then we have Princess Eclair and Princess Daisy over there, because let's just say Princess Daisy was visiting or something. So now we have 4 parties trying to destroy Fawful and get their kingdom saved, you know what I'm saying? So we have a team of Mario Luigi, we have a team of Princess Eclair and Princess Daisy, we have a team of Bowser and Bowser Jr., and we have a team of Princess Peach and Toadsworth, and we're all going to the center. And again, maybe they could team up at the end. I just think that there could be so many cool things with the Mario and Luigi series, and that last one, Royale, maybe the plot isn't nearly as cool as Alpha and Omega, but I think that would be so cool, because really these games just want to evolve, you know? Like, we don't want dumb stuff, we want unique characters and stuff, and that'd be a good way of doing it. There'd be so many different locales, and it'd be perfect for a large scale Switch 2 Mario and Luigi game. We could have the franchise at its roots, but we could have updated graphics, still charming graphics. I say we could do a more like go back to the Superstar Saga and Bowser's Jr. like looking, Bowser's Inside Story Partners in Time looking graphics, but just modernized, not like Dream Team type graphics, because honestly, as much as I love the Dream Team graphics, they really aren't as good. But we can go back to those type of graphics, updated. However, we could just have this grand scale Mario and Luigi game where we get 4 playable parties, and honestly, it'd be so cool if you had like, there'd be not chapters, but kinda like you would switch between the different groups, kind of like in Thousand Year Door. And then you would have this, at the end, you would get to the last kingdom, let's say the kingdom where Fawful is. Let's say Fawful just made his kingdom. Maybe it's not Fawful, maybe it's like Fawful's son or something. And we've got, I don't even know how that would work, but just go with me here. And we get this like tyrannical ruler who's like whack, but still silly, because you know Mario and Luigi's silly. And we get this final showdown, and then all the teams team up, and it would just be so cool. For like, let's say like 5 hours of the game, we have all the teams together, because it would be kind of boring if they were only there for like 10 minutes, but we get all the teams teamed up, and we can swap out between the different party members and stuff. And then maybe even, let's say Toadsworth and Princess Eclair have a couple of combo abilities together. Like, that would be so cool. And each of them could have different mechanics. Like Mario and Luigi could still have their bros attacks. Maybe Princess Peach and, let's say Princess Eclair and like Princess Daisy, maybe they had like a little like pseudo job system going. Bowser and Bowser Jr. could have their like crazy attacks, like in Bowser's Inside Story. And then maybe Princess Peach and Toadsworth had some sort of, I'm trying to think of something, but like each party could feel distinct, and when they all came together, you could have some insane combination moves. I just feel like these 3 ideas, starting with Brothers in Arms, going toward Alpha and Omega, and then Royale, like I feel like this could be an amazing return to form for Mario and Luigi. And obviously, I'm not going to be coming up with some story. Actually, I think I could come up with a story for Alpha and Omega, but I'm not going to pretend that I am like a video game developer and know exactly what, but I am definitely an idea person. I dream about these wacky scenarios and stuff. So I just would love to say that this is where we can go with Mario and Luigi. Mario and Luigi needs to come back, because this is not a franchise that we want to see die. Like, it already is like dead, and that's embarrassing, honestly, for Nintendo. If anyone in Nintendo's watching this, like, you need to get back. Like, you need Alpha Dream back, because you made a lot of money on those games. Don't lie to yourself. And just don't make remakes in Nintendo. Let them make new games like the ones I mentioned. So we have our traditional RPG fanboy series for Mario, Super Mario RPG, and now we have our good old, like, not experimental in the way Paper Mario is experimental, but Mario and Luigi does so well with adding just gimmicks that really like surround, like they are the game. Like, the root foundation of the game are these different gimmicks, like playing as Bowser or the Dream World. That's what makes Mario and Luigi games so good, because they all feel just as good as the last, except maybe Paper Jam, but they all feel just as good as the last, even if they have completely different mechanics. Like, I love Dream Team just as much as I'll probably love Bowser's Inside Story, because these games are able to be like, they're able to continue, like what Paper Mario 64 did with Thousand Year Door. They have the same ideas, but they're building on each other. And that's what I think needs to happen with Mario and Luigi. And I think that we could even, this is a bit far-fetched, but I think that if we built up 3 more games in each of these series, we could have a true, like, sort of team-up game. Like what Paper Jam was wanting to do but failed at. We could have a team-up game between all these franchises, and that would be so cool. I think it'd be cool, at least. I mean, I get that it probably might not work, but hey, we've got some brilliant minds from Intelligent Systems and Alpha Dream. Like, as long as Nintendo doesn't make absolutely retarded restrictions on these developers, we can get something phenomenal. And I think that if we had some sort of thing to build up to, kind of like a Marvel team up type thing, that might be stupid, but we could have a huge, amazing RPG that tops, like, it could be like Final Fantasy VI level. I have full belief that if we had some sort of team up game between these Mario RPG franchises, it'd be insane. But I think, yeah, so if we build up, I'm gonna suggest 3 games for each of these franchises. So I had the Mario RPG remake, then Mario RPG 2 that just does it bigger and better, and then Mario RPG which goes a little, Mario RPG 3 that goes a little more experimental but not too much. Like, we just want to build. Like, something like Octopath 2. Like, there are games that can just make a better version of the previous game without going crazy. And I think that that is what Mario and Luigi has been so successful at in the past, because they make the same level of game, but they just give it a different type of gimmick. And it makes, I mean, a lot of people say it started falling off at Dream Team and then Paper Jam sucked, but I'm sure I like Paper Jam, because really the problems with Paper Jam aren't really Alpha Dream's problems. They're Nintendo being an idiot and the Paper Mario problem, you know. And like, Dream Team is my favorite. I love Dream Team, and I just want more. Like, we need more Mario Luigi games. Like, it's pretty obvious. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to the next part of this video, which I'm going to start talking about Paper Mario now. Wait, no, I'm not talking about Paper Mario yet. I'm talking about Mario and Rabbids really quick. In part 3 of this video, part 4 of this video, that quirky crossover thing. Okay, I don't have too much to say about Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle because it doesn't really have any flaws right now. I think it's a very experimental tactical RPG franchise, and it works for what it is. I haven't really played too much of them. I think I played like the first battle in Kingdom Battle because I thought the Rabbids were cringe, but I should probably go back and just really experience those games. But I like what I've seen. In Kingdom Battle, we get this like grid-based system in like XCOM or whatever, and then Sparks of Hope we get a new like inventive battle system. I think as long as whoever's Ubisoft just keeps developing those games, I think they're solid. I think those games should continue. They're not really too much, they don't seem like my type of thing as much as any of these other franchises do. However, that doesn't mean that they should die, because we have the traditional RPGs in Mario RPG. We get our just Mario and Luigi. I don't even know how to define Mario and Luigi. It's just totally its own thing. And then we can get our good old tactical RPG fix with the Mario universe. So yeah, we definitely need to keep on with the Rabbids games. I don't really have too much to say about them. I think they got it in the bag. Like, I don't think I need to recommend anything. They just need to keep going with different experimental tactical RPG mechanics, because each, like, if they add a new battle system, maybe we get some more like Blue Dragon Plus like shiz, because like that type of is another awesome tactical RPG, like the real-time strategy RPG. I mean, they kind of went in that direction with Sparks of Hope, but we could keep going in that direction and just getting different types of tactical RPGs. Like, if we have an interconnected series but they're reinventing the battle system each time, I feel like it'd work for these games because they're so whack. And each time, as long as they make it consistent quality, I want to see new ideas with this series. I don't think we're having a crisis with this series, so I think they're okay to keep reinventing the wheel for the series for now, because they're not doing stupid things like Paper Mario and going bankrupt like Mario and Luigi and stuff. So I wanted to mention them in this video, but I don't know too much about them. And also, I am not talking about Puzzles and Dragons Mario RPG in this video. I know that exists, but we do not need any more of that because that's a little weird. Okay, anyway, so I think that we should continue the Mario and Rabbids series because it's pretty perfect as it is. I mean, it's not really my thing as much as these other games are, but I'm still excited to play it once I get the opportunity. Alright, we finally get to the reason I needed to make this video, and that is about Paper Mario, because I love Paper Mario. It is actually, I think, my favorite RPG franchise of all time. Final Fantasy, I love Final Fantasy, but Paper Mario is so special to me. I adore Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. I adore Super Paper Mario. I adore Paper Mario the Origami King. And I'm about Sticker Star. I think the original is okay. I would never play it again since 1,000-Year Door exists. I'm sorry, Mario 64 fans. I still found a lot of things to enjoy in that game, but I still think 1,000-Year Door is like leagues ahead of the original. But that might just be a little nostalgia, since I played 64 for the first time last year, and I have been playing 1,000-Year Door since I was like 3, so I mean, that's kind of probably a me issue. But anyway, I really do love all those games, and I think that we can have a middle ground here, because there are people out there who adore the new Paper Mario games. We don't see many of them because they feel like they're not allowed to talk about it because they will get hit by toxic 1,000-Year Door fans. And I'm not saying all 1,000-Year Door fans are toxic, don't worry. there are some that are like, you are a terrible human for liking Paper Mario Color Splash or whatever. Those people, anyone who can't accept someone else's opinion is an idiot. I'm just going to straight up say that. However, that does not mean that it should be the other way around either. People who love the normal Paper Mario games, not normal, they are not normal. The newer Paper Mario games should not go back and say, oh my gosh, Thousand Year Door fans are idiots for liking the games they like. No, stop arguing. This is stupid. They can be two different fan bases. So here's my idea here. I don't want to get rid of the new Paper Mario. And why? Because I would have said a couple years ago, frick, get rid of them as soon as possible, because I haven't played Color Splash, so maybe I'll love that, but Sticker Star was pretty bad. And I do not like, I was going to say, okay, why do we need this new experimental Paper Mario? Well, I think that when Intelligent Systems is restricted like this, they can make some cool stuff. I think they're starting to really find their ground, because Paper Mario the Origami King, I am going to probably get so many people hating me, but Paper Mario the Origami King is my favorite Paper Mario game of all time. And that might make me get shot at. Like, people might hate me for making this video, trying to say, oh, let's save Mario RPGs, and then I say I like Origami King. But it just resonates with me so much more. Thousand Year Door, like, I would say Paper Mario the Origami King is like 1/1000% better than Thousand Year Door for me, and that's like, it's so close. I feel like they just do completely different things phenomenally. I just think that I admire Origami King a little better because they had so many restrictions to be made for this game. But anyway, I love Origami King and Thousand Year Door about equally. So what is my verdict here? Make two different series. Make two different series. So let's talk about that. So part 5 of this video, I'm only going to be talking about my ideas for Paper Mario, and I'll tell you soon what my other idea is. So part 5, wrung out the old, brought in the new. Alright, so here's my idea. We keep going with these wacky new Paper Mario games because you know what? So many people love these games and they just can't admit it. My little cousin, like, you do not know how much of an impact these new Paper Mario games have made. Don't lie to yourselves. There are people who like them. And the amount of joy I see my little cousins playing Paper Mario the Origami King makes me so happy. We all were playing Paper Mario the Origami King together, and when Bobby made his sacrifice, me and my 4-year-old cousin and my 8-year-old cousin were crying because Bobby's amazing. Like, these games are not bad. Color Splash has done some things. Yes, they are flawed as all heck, but does that mean that they should die? No. And I have an idea. I think we should keep going with Paper Mario. And I don't know what the next game can be. And I think that Intelligent Systems can figure that out for themselves because they are geniuses. They were able to make a fantastic game with Origami King, in my opinion, even though they had the stupidest restrictions placed on them. And we were able to get so many heart-to-heart moments because everything about Bobby, Olivia's story, the origami collector, I can't remember his name. Bowser, the scene where Bowser talks to Olivia about how, like, in the final dungeon in Origami Castle, that scene is amazing. There's so much to love in Origami King. There's so much to love in Color Splash. I'm not going to say Sticker Star is good. I'm not a complete maniac. But, like, there is so much to love in New Paper Mario. And as long as they fix a couple things, like, they need experience back. Because, I think Color Splash did it okay. If all that you need to upgrade is your paint, I'm not going to get mad about that. Because this really is kind of like its own thing. New Paper Mario is not old Paper Mario, but that doesn't mean I want it to die. Because I loved Origami King, and it's my favorite Paper Mario game. So if they can make a game better than Origami King with what they have, I want them to keep trying. I want them to keep making these games. And you know what? I'm okay if Nintendo's going to make stupid restrictions on Intelligent Systems if we can keep getting games at the quality of Origami King. However, that does not mean that we don't get games like Thousand Year Door for the people who love them. And here is my proposal. We still have Paper Mario not changed. Nothing is changing. We're still getting crazy, weird games like Origami King. However, we bring in the superior brother, Luigi, to carry the shoulders of what Paper Mario used to be. Paper Luigi, the Marvelous Compass, needs to come first. I think that's the name. So what needs to happen is after Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door Remaster comes, we need to get Paper Luigi Rung in. I think the perfect thing would be to remaster Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and then this is to make Nintendo money. I know this sounds stupid, but Nintendo needs to get money and sales to continue. Because if we don't get, like, I want Nintendo to make cash grab games. That sounds stupid, but if they don't make money, they're not going to keep going. I am not going to continue this YouTube channel until I'm 86 if I never make any money. Like, that just has to be true. Because even as much as they love game development, Nintendo loves what they do, they're not going to make games that aren't going to sell well. So my proposal is that we get Thousand Year Door Remaster, and anyone, like, heck, buy 3 copies if that's what needs to happen. If every fan bought multiple copies, bought some for their friends and stuff, then we could get Thousand Year Door back on the map. And this is the perfect segue into my idea, Paper Luigi the Marvelous Compass. When Luigi is saying all that crap about his adventures, that is the game that we need next to revive the Thousand Year Door type game. And we can get this as a, maybe not a DLC. So this is what I'm thinking. You know how New Super Luigi U is like its own game, but kind of not? I think that we should get people buy the Thousand Year Door, and then as a DLC or as a new game, they release Super Luigi, frick, what I'm saying, Paper Luigi and the Marvelous Compass. And what they can do is they can bundle them together, and you can buy them as a DLC or whatever. Because then people won't complain too much about it being a cash grab, because you get 2 games in one. But I think we just need this amazing game. It doesn't need to be as long as Thousand Year Door. It just needs to be as good as Thousand Year Door. Because, like, Paper Luigi and the Marvelous Compass, I think that's what the idea is. Going to the Eclair Kingdom and doing all that Luigi shiz would be the perfect way to get this back on the map. It's already established. Nintendo could have a totally easy time just adapting what they already have from Thousand Year Door and just telling the story of Luigi. And I know that there's a fan I think there's fans developing this game and stuff, but we just, if we just got, if Nintendo themselves actually just made this game. And I mean, yes, I don't know how far the fans are in developing it. So maybe, I don't know. Or just, I think that if they saw the outcry of Paper Luigi, the Marvelous Compass, and they made that freaking game, first of all, Luigi's better than Mario. I will say it till the day I die. And if we can have the quote-unquote better series run by Luigi, and then we can have the more experimental one run by Mario, I'm all down for that. Because Luigi is really the far superior Mario, bro. Anyway, and then that can be a symbol for, okay, Mario is, I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway, Paper Luigi the Marvelous Compass needs to come as part of the Thousand Year Door Remaster. That would make so many people not disappointed at this last Nintendo Direct. And if we got that announcement, everyone would go bonkers. Everyone would buy this game. And if they are just going to make a remaster, sure, there's going to be a lot of people who buy it. But if they make Paper Luigi the Marvelous Compass, every one of their freaking grandmas and their dogs and their goldfish and the goldfish's food are going to buy that game. And when they buy that game, they're going to prove that everyone wants Mario, the Paper Mario, traditional Paper Mario back. And there are so many game developers right now that are doing Paper Mario better, are doing traditional Paper Mario better than Nintendo's doing, like Bug Fables, Outbound Ghost, like all this stuff. It's kind of embarrassing that Nintendo isn't even paying attention. And, well, now they are. I think they might be. I think they might finally be listening. Because, I mean, they've listened before. They always listen to Zelda fans. Why don't they just listen to Paper Mario fans? Well, they might be. And they actually, we might have a chance here. And if they have Paper Luigi as part of the bundle for Thousand Year Door Remaster, and they announce it like the day before the game comes out, everyone will be buying this game. It'll sell out in minutes. I promise that fact. And if we can just each buy a couple copies, buy some for your friends for Christmas, buy some for your birthday presents, like get people invested in Paper Mario again, Paper Luigi, I mean. And if we get, I want to see more like wacky Paper Mario games, but that doesn't mean I don't want to see the originals. I like both directions. And I mean, Origami King is my favorite. I'm going to admit that. but Thousand Year Door is like barely second. Like it's so close. Like depending on the day, I'll like one better. Like Thousand Year Door, I liked it better than yesterday. I liked Thousand Year Door better yesterday, and today I'm like, oh my gosh, Origami King. But both these games are phenomenal, and Super Paper Mario as well. And these games, like as I was saying earlier, we could have 3 Paper. Okay, that might be too much development thing, but I would be fine with seeing Super Paper Mario 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a million, whatever. I would be fine seeing Paper Mario go full on paper stuff. Like I don't know what's next. What can come after Origami? Paper. I don't know what they would do. Like honestly, I don't even know what they're doing anymore. Paper Mario. They already did Paper Mache and what am I trying to think of? Paper. Maybe Origami King is their last one in the series, though. Maybe they've ran out of ideas, and maybe they were just trying to get fans to stop liking the game so that the return, like, there could actually be some business behind this, because if you think of, like, how Ahsoka was created in Star Wars, originally, everyone hated it. But as they developed it more and got people invested in hating this, then that made them love Ahsoka even more after she actually became good. So think about that philosophy. Maybe Nintendo is trying to get people to kind of not hate, but kind of be like, okay, we want Thousand Year Door back so they can sell tons of copies of Thousand Year Door. I don't think that's what's happening, but hey, who knows? Nintendo is genius in a lot of ways. So maybe that's what's actually happening here. Because what can come after Origami? I'm trying to even think, I don't know, Paper Mario, the construction criteria, I don't know, that's the worst thing I've ever thought of. But there, I can't really think of what can come after Origami King, and I don't think anything can beat Origami King. I mean, other than Thousand Year Door for so many people. But Origami King was an amazing game, and I would be totally fine seeing more Origami King-like games, like as I was saying. But yes, we need Paper Luigi, The Marvelous Compass. Just look it up. But after we get Paper Luigi, The Marvelous Compass, and that can be like a 5-chapter short game. I'm okay with that because that kind of makes sense. It doesn't need to be a huge thing. But this fan-made game, not Paper Luigi, that one is awesome, but there is one more that would easily be the best Mario game of all time. I'm saying Mario game because this genius behind this Paper Mario game is insane. I'm trying to figure out what it's called again. And I just want to read as much as I can about this. Frick. It's just this amazing game. And I don't know how. They just need to hire this guy because he has made the perfect game. And I'm just trying to figure out what this game is called. It's Paper Mario. No. Ooh. Paper Mario Globetrot? That looks cool. I've never seen that before. But there are so many. What is it? Is this it? Oh my gosh, there are so many fan-made games. I'm just trying to find this one, and I'm just looking at all of these amazing other games. Like, what the heck? There are so many creative people putting so much effort into creating these Paper Mario sequels. And it's crazy. And the Paper Mario spiritual successors and stuff. I'm trying to find the one in particular that I absolutely adored. And what was it called? It was a fan-made, Fantendo Paper Mario games. I'm going to find it, guys. I'm going to find it. Because there is so much potential here, and I think it could easily beat Thousand Year Door, honestly. But where did it go? How many are there? Paper Mario the Ancient Book? What is this? Okay, let's look at this one first. Paper Mario the Ancient Book. Wow. There are 10 chapters here. And it has Mario... Droppy? Oh, what is happening here? These partners look awesome. Okay, this game looks awesome too. But I'm trying to find... This one looks really cool, but it doesn't look as developed as the one I'm trying to find. It was in a... Oh my gosh. What is it? Oh my gosh. There are so many of these. I'm trying to find the one that I loved. I know I'm just like ranting here, but if you just look fan Paper Mario games, it is insane how many of them that there are. Oh, there it is. The Oracles of Truth. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. Paper Mario, The Oracles of Truth looks like a perfect place to take this franchise. And this person, whoever made this Fantendo, needs to get hired by Nintendo and become a director of Paper Mario. Because, well, in this case, Paper Luigi, because basically Mario and Luigi are interchangeable here. They're both in the game. So I would just make that slight edit to Paper Luigi, The Oracles of Truth, and I think that this could easily be the next Paper Mario game. You look at it, it has the amazing graphics of, like, this person made better graphics than Nintendo's making, and that's kind of depressing. But this person, it looks like Origami King. I love the art style in Origami King, so I'm totally down with that. Paper Mario, The Oracles of Truth, and we got Mario and Luigi as the bad guys, kind of like Mr. L. But I think if we just did Paper Luigi, Oracles of Truth, it wouldn't change much, and we could have a bit more personality from the main character. So yeah, Paper Mario goes the experimental route, and Paper Luigi sticks with the 1,000-year door route. And if you just look up this Fantendo, Oracles of Truth, it looks better than 1,000-year door. I'm going to admit it, this looks so much better. Like, this just looks like the natural evolution for what should have been after 1,000-year door. Because you see these amazing ideas, and this person is a genius. I will not stop talking about how genius this freaking dude is. It's crazy. Also, Bowser gets captured, because that is the best. Bowser needs to be captured with Peach, and I think they should actually start liking each other, because I think that if they gave the chance, Peach and Bowser could have some chemistry. Anyway, that's besides the point. So we look at the partners. We got Whitney, a widow, that actually I'm just going to go down and tell you about how phenomenal this freaking game looks. There is so much stuff here. First of all, we get the mirror, the oracles, and they are like 8, there's 10 chapters in this game, which sounds perfect. Great evolution. So we get, oh my gosh, I cannot stop looking at this amazing game. So we look at the different chapters, and the first, Gluttony Mess on Salerno Island, Temple of Dragon, Retro at the City, the Mount Sorbet Expedition, Fly into the Sky Ruins, Sweet Sweet Candy Clutter, the Shady Factory, Reclaim the Gold Gravel Sands, Mario Goes to Magic School, and oh my freaking gosh, this is so cool. And then there's still like a partner, kind of like Olivia, one that like follows you around, and that is one thing I do like about the newer Paper Mario games, that you get like this, and like Tippy too. I like that you get this like character, because the partners, I mean, in Origami King they did it well, but you didn't keep them throughout the chapters, but like it made more sense on a story level that these guys wouldn't keep following you around, because that didn't really make that much sense. That, oh, so why is Coop still following you? Because he has nothing to do? I mean, I'm glad he did, obviously, because that made the game so much better, but I think it's cool, the idea of just an actual developed character along with you. I mean, let's be honest, Kirsty was not like developed at all, but Olivia was an amazing character, and she had quite a bit of development. So I like the idea that we get this like Miriam is the name of this mirror, and she will follow you around, and there's 2 dimensions, so it's kind of like Chris Tales, where you look at the alternate version of the location that you're at, and that is really cool. I love that idea for Paper Mario. And then we get this battle system that let's see. The game combines the setup of Paper Mario. Ooh. Okay, I don't know about this. It looks like this person wanted to combine the Origami King battle system with Paper Mario 1,000-year doors, which could be cool, but I don't really know how that would work. But that's a cool idea. It's a cool idea, but I think that they should just stick with the 1,000-year door straight up, but that's okay. I like that idea. I do love the Origami King battle system, but I don't think it would fit in this new Luigi Oracle of Truth game. But if we just go with this, think about this. So we go back to this, and I'm just trying to find, so we get the partners in the first expand, battle information. Yes, okay. So we have a sassy and well-spoken widowed traveler that enjoys exploring the world and learning new things. She's the first character to join Mario when he first goes to the Gleamore Kingdom. She has the same ability to uncover an enemy's stats as Goombario and Goombella. In the overworld, she can give Mario all sorts of information about the current location they are in, as well as information regarding characters they encounter. And then she has Slap, which is basically like Love Slap, Tattle. Slap Frenzy is kind of like, what's her face is, Bo's slapping ability. And then Charm is like Infatuate, right? And then we have Quaxton, a hot-headed quack attack rebel that lives in Solnaro Village, and Salerno village and joins Mario just despite his overprotective mother, who is always strict about his endeavors and with whom he had a falling out. After his adventures with Mario, he and his mother reconcile and understand each other better. Look at that. That sounds like a profound story, okay? Let's keep... Outside of battle, he can throw Mario high into the air to reach higher places. So that would make this game a lot more, like... you know, have a lot more depth, because if you go to higher places, like, this could mean that we're jumping around on roofs and stuff, like, to an extent. There could be a lot of verticality to the level design in this game with Quaxton. And we look at Headbutt. Fling up, so it removes them into the battle, and so it flings them up, removing that enemy, and then it crashes down, dealing twice the amount of damage. So it's kind of like Gulp, but better. And then we get Charge Quack, attacks all ground enemies and inflicts dizziness, so that's like Dizzy Shell. And I'm okay with them copying kind of some of the abilities, as long as they like mix it around on different partners, you know. That's really cool. Bully, that's kind of, it decreases all the defense ratings of the enemies, so that's just like a OP ability, debuffing ability. So I'm going to talk about the worlds of this game afterwards. Like, literally, I know I'm ranting about this game, but this is the future of Paper Luigi. And this game is the coolest game I've ever seen. This would be my favorite game ever if it was a thing. I hope that the person who sees this video, I hope that the creator of this is able to see this video, because this person is a genius. I want them to know how much they are a genius, because I can't even talk about how cool this is. And then this next one, Karasuke, is a dark bones samurai who wakes from his long slumber and grabs his blade in the Tranquil Mausoleum. He fights Mario and then joins him out of respect when he proves himself worthy in battle, assisting in opening the path to the Yomi Temple where one of the oracles was seemingly sent to. As much as I love Origami King and Thousand Year Door, this game just sounds better. Like, I'm just looking at these inspired partner designs. I'm looking at all these things I can do, and I'm freaking out because I almost cried looking at this freaking wiki page because this person is a genius. So if you know the person who made this game, please send this video to them, because I want them to know how much I think they are one of the biggest geniuses on the planet. Okay, anyway, a dark bone, so it's the same ability as Cooper and Koops, being able to shell toss, you know, it's the same deal. But is a samurai. A partner with a freaking sword? Like, this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, anyway. Shell toss. We get that again. Super slash. So we get a freaking sword slash that hits every enemy. Then we get life drain, which is like the kiss that Flurry has. And then phantasm slash, which hits every enemy on the screen, ignoring their defense. So Karasuke sounds kind of OP. Then we get Priscilla, a tropical wiggler that's created a successful career out of her beautiful voice. This just looks like a better Madame Flurry. She's a renowned artist that hails from the prestigious Neondale city. However, the crime rates have been rising lately, and Priscilla was falling victim to this when Mario arrives. This kind of sounds like Agnio's second chapter in Octopath Traveler 2. And she joins him after being saved from getting robbed by the local 8-bits mafia. How cool does that sound? That a tropical wiggler who sings that is fighting a mafia. Like... how is this guy so good? Or girl, I don't know who made this, but this guy or girl is... oh my gosh, I can't even. Okay, then out of battle, she stretches her body to create distance across gaps. So this is like Parrot Carries or Yoshi's abilities, but honestly just cooler. And then Umbrella Smack. It does... this is like... not like Love Slap. This is like a weaker... ground pound type thing. And then stretches up to 6 segments for a couple turns. So this makes her a tank, because the enemies will hit. It's kind of like Shell Shield before herself, because she's going to be in a bunch of segments, and the Mario has to like, so it's kind of like a pokey. So you're not actually doing a ton of damage. You're just yeah, so it's so cool. And then Piercing Voice targets all enemies and calls them flee battle. So that's like Gale Force. I assumed that would still keep star points, or else that's kind of stupid. But yeah, and then Lullaby makes them all fall asleep. Oh my gosh. And then we get PJ, a big penguin with an even bigger heart. PJ is a record-breaking swimmer and mountain hiker and always ready for an adventure. Mario is assisted by him throughout his travels in Mount Sorbet. He decides to officially join the party not long after. His overworld ability is like sushi and boat mode. So, like, we're still getting this traditional stuff, but we're getting it in a completely different format that's arguably cooler. And honestly, the designs on these characters are phenomenal. Like, oh my gosh, they look even better than anything. This game needs to be made, Nintendo. You are idiots for not hiring this person, because this person is the biggest genius on the planet. Okay, anyway. We get Wave Slide, so we get basically kind of a And throw a snowball at enemies. You can freeze the enemies, which is awesome. Suplex, which is basically spike gulp, but a little bit weaker. Then avalanche leaves all the enemies frozen and does a ton of damage. I would say PJ sounds like the least inspired one so far, but it's okay. That's fine because not everyone's going to be perfect. But he's kind of like Sushi. He's just basically a new Sushi. Probably sounds like the weakest partner so far, but freezing enemies actually could be really cool. It could really change the gameplay because you couldn't really do that with any of the other ones, so that's really cool. And then this next one, oh my gosh, we get an inseparable Uki and Fwoosh duo. We are getting are these even real enemies, or are they just made? Okay, yeah. So but like these are not well-known Mario characters. Uki and Fwoosh. Like, what the heck? And it's a Uki riding on top of a Fwoosh, seemingly clashing personalities. The two are best friends. Woo and Fufu are exploring partners, always looking around for treasure and other goods throughout their travels. At the moment of meeting and joining Mario, they are setting camp at the floating island ruins of Nimbus Scary alongside other visitors. Just like Flurry, Fufu can blow wind at enemies to make them dizzy and stun them, and to blow fake walls away. And that works because this is such a different design. It doesn't seem like we're copying anything here. And I feel like they could make this an even better mechanic in a new game. So we get attack an enemy and... oh, nice. So we get Monkey Lift, which does damage and can steal. So we get a stealing partner again. That's awesome. Blow weak enemies away from battle. So that's just Gale Force again, basically. Thunder Strike. It hits everyone with lightning but can immobilize them too. That sounds like an amazing ability. And Raise Morale, which gives Mario a second turn. Okay, well, looks like a Woo Woo and Fufu's completely overpowered, but that's good. That's good. And then we get, oh my gosh, this partner is the cutest thing ever. This one is so inspired. A sweet and clumsy yet strong Womp residing in Sugarmore County, Milkel and other residents are currently in distress due to the sudden appearance of evil, zombified gingerbread knights from the Mirage world. The Mirage version of the Cookie Queen, Baroness Biscuit, who has taken over. She joins Mario and helps her land from being corrupted. This is a Womp, a female Womp that is sweet and clumsy and trips all the time, and is made out. It's an ice cream sandwich. Outside of battle, Mikkel can trip over and fall on Mario, allowing him to fold into spring shape so he can walk through low passageways. So this is a mix between the Mario and Luigi like drill crap and the spring jump in Thousand Year Door. This is so cool. And then so we get ignoring defense power. Hard Candy raises Mario's defense, builds a cookie house around Mario that protects him for a few turns, and calls similar looking Womps to attack all enemies. So this is like a defensive partner, like a support partner. That's cool that we get a really like supportive partner. But that's not it. There's still 3 more partners. This game is the best game ever, I'm telling you. A laid back Rockwell, a laid-back but smart Rocky Wench engineer that used to work for an underground factory called Cobalt Pipelines, Inc., and he had suspicions about recent fishy activity going on with the higher-ups and some of the staff, and got fired for sticking his nose where it didn't belong. He joins Mario once he figures out he's going to infiltrate the factory when seeking one of the Mirage Oracles. Rockwell's overworld ability is pulling the team inside a manhole, for which all practical purposes is identical to Lady Bow's and Vivian's abilities. Throws wrench at one enemy regardless of the position, hides Mario and himself in a manhole to negate all damage for a turn, may remove one enemy from battle. Okay, it looks like it has a higher success rate, so that can be really good. And then bounces on and attacks every enemy after the other with a hammer as long as action command is not failed. So that's like a okay, and if you just use it on one enemy, it hits him over and over again. So it's kind of like a multi-bounce type thing. Multi-bounce plus power bounce type thing. So yeah, so that is just a really cool way. I didn't think, like, that's so cool. Like, hiding in a manhole, like, that is still Vivian Lady Bow type thing, but a new twist on it. And if you're thinking that we're even close to done yet, no. We get Jarsha Suit. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's like a Bomb, but like a Cleopatra-looking Bomb. When you go to a desert, the Princess of Gold... So this is the Princess of Gold Gravel Desert, who is recently overthrown by her brother and exiled from her palace. When her own servants turned on her for mysterious reasons, she knew something was off. When Mario and his team informed her about the Mirage invasion and the presence of a Mirage Oracle in her palace, she knew joining Mario was her one chance to put a stop to this. So she has the same bomb, so she shoots bombs. So it's like you're shooting bombs, and she can destroy cracked walls from a distance by shooting fireballs. She can also light up torches with these fireballs. So basically just an expanded version of Bombette and Bobbery. You get Fireball, which is like effective against ice enemies. So we have fire attacks and ice attacks in this game. Damages all... So Heated Paw, it's like Hold Fast, but I'm sure it'll be better in this. Probably would be better in this game. Causes enemies to possibly attack each other, so she confuses them, and then does a ton of damage. It has 9 FP cost, so the strongest attack in the game, I'm assuming. It's kind of like Fiery Jinx, but yeah. And then the last is Kyra Koopa, an ambitious Magic Koopa scholar and talented artist from the Koopa University of Magic Arts. Kyra Koopa was spending her time assisting Kamek and researching more information about the Gleamful Mirror. At some point, they found and captured one of the Mirage Oracles and lure Mario into the university to take the other Oracles from him to save Bowser themselves. She's initially an enemy that Mario fights from following the Attack Mario on Sight protocol, but joins them after on a truce, and because she developed a crush on him. Yes, we're getting some romance again. I love that. And Kyra's ability outside of battle is to allow Mario to ride on a broom, moving faster than Mario's walking speed and passing over hazardous spikes such as spikes or lava. So, I mean, I think we should have the spin dash again, going to be honest, so we can go faster. But this just sounds like Carry. And so this is Paint Blast, so Magic Blast of Paint, and a Magic Boost, which is basically the potions that the X-Nauts use, which could be so cool for what am I saying? So yeah, the X-Naut potions, like when you can get big and small and stuff, that's so cool. And if you use it on Mario or herself, they get big, temporarily increasing attack power, but you can also use it on the enemies to inflict a random debuff. And then clone painting, you can use, you can paint clones on an enemy, and you can paint clones on herself or Mario, which is basically like Blink in Final Fantasy, where it doesn't do anything. You can paint 2 clones so they'll hit you twice. As long as they don't hit you more than twice, then you won't get hurt at all. And then if you use it on an enemy, you can paint that enemy to assist. So that's like Sketch from Final Fantasy VI. Oh my gosh. And then also Love Spell, which for 10 FP restores 10 HP, which I think that should be less FP, because we all know Smooch kind of sucked. But oh my freaking goodness, if we had all these, if we had Paper Luigi, the Oracles of Truth, it probably would be my favorite game of all time. It would be Lost Odyssey. That is the craziest claim I've ever made in my life, because Lost Odyssey is my favorite game of all time. But if we got this freaking game, it would be my favorite game ever. And the fact, and then if you ignored all that and just looked at the boss designs, you would freak out, because these bosses are the most inspired things I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh my goodness, there are so many cool bosses in this game. Just look this up. Look it up now. And just, I need to email the person who created this game, because they are a genius. So, and so it starts... the prologue is in Philosophus, the main hub of the game. It is the capital of the Gleamore Kingdom, and it's a castle. There's the main square, the docks, the castle grounds, West Philosophus and East Philosophus. A quaint vintage aesthetic to it. So it's like a European architecture place. Like, this is like old England in Paper Mario. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And then we look at the Salerno region. Citizens and tourists reach via the Gleamful Cruiser Philosophus. It's Solnero Beach, known for its pale white sands and romantic ocean views during the sunset. It's a callback to Super Mario Sunshine. And Piantas and Nokis hail from Delfino. And so it's literally Paper Mario. I mean, it's like Paper Mario Sunshine. Like, what the heck? And then Chapter 2 is in the Hotaru Woods. Ethereal cherry blossom woods that range from pinks to purples during the different seasons. Fireflies. This just sounds like Bogley Woods, but good. And a village, a big Molosseum, like I was saying about the Koopa guy, and a temple in which a mythical evil dragon that tormented the land ages ago is sealed. This is so inspired. I'm going to Neondale City, which is the 3rd chapter, and we get okay, well, it looks like they didn't write too much for everything else, but let's just imagine here. So we've got this city where this tropical wiggler is, so it sounds like a prestigious, so it sounds like it's like a music academy area, where you're just like in the city where there's a bunch of famous people, kind of like, I don't know, Vatican City or something, like a bunch of rich people, and she's, making, oh, no, okay, think New Delta from Octopath Traveler 2 if you play that game. Like, it's corrupt city, but also it's like the famous people city, like music and stuff. And then record-breaking swimmer and mountain hiker. So I'm thinking that Mount Sorbet is like a place, like a kind of think Chapter 7 in the original Paper Mario. Like, we're getting this, like, icy place. Like, think that, but with, like, a bunch of water surrounding it or whatever. And then, Woo Woo and Foo Foo, Nimbus Scary. I'm thinking kind of like Origami King Chapter 5 Green Streamer vibes, but probably a lot different. But, like, in the sky. Then we get Sugarmore County. I'm thinking Mario Galaxy with, like, the lands of sugar and stuff in that game. And then we get Rockwell, Rocky Wrench, Cobalt Pipelines, Inc. Underground Factory. That's so cool. That's not even anything that's in any Mario game. An underground factory. I'm thinking, like, that's so crazy. And then Gold Ravel Desert. Having a desert be the 8th chapter is bold, but that's so cool. And I love the desert chapters in Mario games. I mean, not in all Mario games, but in the in Paper Mario games, it's so cool. Like, so cool. And then we get chapter what am I saying? Oh yeah, chapter 9, I think. Yeah, chapter 9 is the Magical Academy, which just sounds so cool. Like freaking Hogwarts and Paper Mario. Like, what? That's so cool. And then chapter 10 is separated into 2 parts. First is taking place in, let me see really quick. And of course, you upgrade the partners with Power Moons instead of Shine Sprites. And since there are, 10 partners? There's 10 partners in this game, which is so cool. And then we have, let's see, the story. I'm just going up to the story really quick. Chapter 10, 1 and 2. Hold up just a second. But the first one takes place, I think, in Bowser's Kingdom. Yes. I think chapter 10-1 takes place in Bowser's Kingdom, and Chapter 10-2 takes place in the Mirage World version of Bowser's Kingdom. But that's so cool. Like, this game is perfect in every way, and I don't know, just if you just look at the comments, like, this is amazing. How did this person make such good sprite work and all this stuff? Like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, I really think this could be the greatest game of all time. And why have I been ranting about this? Because there's potential here. I want to see, like, my versions of the Mario Luigi new games. We can definitely, like, it's not impossible. And this is only one of the amazing fan ideas for Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Just think if Nintendo, if we got a Kickstarter, I would pay for a Kickstarter for Nintendo. I know that sounds stupid. They don't need that. But if we could prove to Nintendo, if they needed to start a Kickstarter to make freaking Oracles of Truth, I would pay like I don't know, okay, maybe not $1,000, but I would pay like I would pay like a month of my paycheck at work to get this game. Like, I'm not even joking right now, because this game looks so good. And that's not to say that I don't like the new Paper Mario games. Again, I said Paper Mario Origami King is my favorite Paper Mario game right now at the moment. And it's not recency bias because it's been out for like 3 years, right? But just think about that. If we could have however many, I said Mario RPG franchise, just Super Mario RPG franchise. We could have Mario Luigi still. We could have Paper Mario. We could have Paper Luigi, and we could have Mario Rabbids. That might sound like overkill, but Nintendo is going to get sales on all these things. And I mean, I don't care if they need to, okay, you might be saying, okay, how are they going to make enough money? Alpha Dream does Mario and Luigi. Square Enix and Nintendo are on good terms again. Square Enix can make more Mario RPG games. Let's be honest, they make plenty of RPGs. They could add one more to their insane amount of RPGs they're making because they're such a big company. Okay, then we get Paper Mario. Just keep going with Intelligent Systems. Then Paper Luigi series, I'm going to give it to Capcom. Capcom can make some good shiz, and I think that they should be making this. Okay, maybe Intelligent Systems deserves to make, maybe just double, yeah, how about this? Double the amount of people in Intelligent Systems and give half of them to Paper Mario and half Paper Luigi. And then they can add their own flair. We can have, sure, keep restricting Paper Mario. Make it creative, because, you know, restrictions can sometimes make masterpieces, because restrictions on certain games made the games they are today. Because Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI had so many restrictions put on them because of the capabilities of the system, but they pushed the limits. And that's what Origami King did. They pushed the freaking limits of the things that they were bound to do, because they were not allowed to do so many things, yet they still made a phenomenal, like, 9.8 out of 10 game for me. And I think that they should keep making games like Origami King, because sure, to just add back experience, and that's the only problem I really have with Origami King. Add back experience. I don't need partners back, as long as we have, like, Paper Luigi. I like how it worked in Origami King, where they just followed you throughout the story. Like, it worked for them to be, like, pseudo-partners, because it just worked with what the game was like, and how the battle system was. I loved the battle system in Origami King, especially the boss fights. I mean, it was simple, but also complex, and I loved that game. Just keep going with Paper Mario. Keep going with Paper Luigi, Mario and Luigi. Like, they will sell. It is Nintendo. People, you will please every freaking person on this planet if you just do what I did. So if Nintendo, you are listening to this video, I know I'm not a genius, but I like to think I'm pretty smart in what I'm saying here, because I have taken everything I've heard on the internet and compiled it into this video. And I think that this would please every fan. Of course, it's also going to be people who are like, oh, we need Thousand Year Door remake. And, okay, those people are insane, okay? You're not going to please everyone, Nintendo, but please everyone you can. Because I can't possibly see how, if they listen to what I just said, that they wouldn't make masterpieces. I mean, I'm not a genius. Obviously, there would need to be story writing. There would need to, like, do better than what I said. But if you started off, kept Mario RPG 2, just made it grander scale than the first one. This is just a recap, right? This is my conclusion to this video. Recap. So Mario RPG 2, just go bigger, better. You get like 10 characters there. Mario RPG 3, introduce some sort of like job system or something. Make some new developments into the game. Make something that is just perfect for old RPG fans. Like, there are people out there, like, there are people who like Mario RPG better than all these other ones, and that's because they just love traditional RPGs. So keep that traditional RPG. Then, keep making Paper Mario. Make the crazy experimental crap that all the kids love. Like, you do not know how much my 8-year-old cousin adores these new Paper Mario games. Like, there's a market for these games. Origami King is the second best-selling Paper Mario game of all time. There are people who love these games. As much as most of the reviewers are just saying it's not Thousand Year Door, and I get it, there needs to be a Thousand Year Door sequel, but that doesn't mean Origami King type games need to die. So yeah, keep making those. Make a new one that is talking about, I don't know, construction paper. I don't care what it's about, just make it good, because I know Intelligent Systems can do it, okay? Then split off, double the Intelligent Systems team, and make Paper Luigi. Make a Paper Luigi with freaking make it released as DLC, or released as like day before it comes out, or a couple weeks before Paper Mario Thousand Year Door comes out. Reveal Paper Luigi the Marvelous Compass, because that would explain why the Direct was bad. Because waiting till 2024, I feel like there could be this curveball. I feel like if Nintendo did this, which I don't think they did, but if they just, like, a week before release, pulled out, oh, we have Paper Luigi, Marvelous Compass 2, and it's a whole new game. Buy it with. Everyone would go crazy. Everyone would literally beg for a chance to play this game. It would sell out first day if they added Paper Luigi as well. And then we just get Paper Luigi, The Oracles of Truth. It'd be the best game ever created. And then we still keep getting Mario Rabbids games. I don't love them that much, but whatever. Like, the idea of Paper Mario tactical RPGs still so cool, so keep doing that. And then Mario and Luigi, Alpha and Omega, Brothers in Arms, Alpha Omega, and Mario Luigi Royale. Just make these games. I mean, I know I'm not a genius. There could probably be better ideas for all these games. Like, I'm sure that they could come up with a cooler idea than, four playable party member parties, or Wario and Waluigi. I'm sure they could come up with something cooler than my ideas, but just do something. Bring it back. Alpha Dream, I know those developers want to be back. They put so much love into Mario and Luigi that I know that those people are probably so sad that they can't keep making the games they love to make. Because why wouldn't they? Because these people put so much charm into their games. Like, it's not like these games felt like they were made by a corporation. These felt like individual people making what they wanted to see in a game. and that is why we need all of these franchises back. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever the heck you want. I am going to keep making these type of videos. I hope you enjoyed. Next Paper Mario video I'm going to make, well, here, I'm going to make some more of these like saving blank games. I'm going to make a saving Zelda video. I'm going to make a crafting the perfect Paper Mario video, although maybe I won't do that anymore because I kind of already just ranted about that. And I'm also going to talk about why Origami King is my favorite Paper Mario game, even though that's probably a pretty controversial opinion. I'm going to talk about that. And yeah, so thank you all for watching this video. Please be sure to keep checking out different videos on my channel. Please tell me down below what you think can be done to save Mario RPGs, and please tell me down below what you want to see. Do you want to see Paper Mario The Oracles of Truth? Do you want to see a Paper Mario The Origami King 2? What do you want to see? Do you think, and actually, please tell me if you think that my ideas for Mario Luigi Alpha and Omega and Mario and Luigi Royale are cool. I came up with them in the shower this morning, so if you don't think they're cool, that's okay, because whatever. But if you thought they were cool, please let me know, because if we can get some people thinking this is cool, like, I don't know. I don't think this video is going to have that much far reach, but as much as we can do to help Nintendo get back on the right path, the better. Spread the word. This is a PSA for all of Mario RPG fans. If you saw this video and you liked it, send it to your friends. Send it to anyone you know. Send it to your grandma, for goodness sake, because we need to make an influence on Nintendo, and we need these games. Because Mario RPGs are my favorite RPGs, like, no question. I don't know why, they're just charming, they're crazy, and I mean, it's not my favorite game of all time. My favorite games of all time are Mistwalker games, actually, so Mistwalker goes ahead. Hironobu Sakaguchi's insane. But after Mistwalker games come Mario RPGs, and they are just so brilliant that they can't die. They're too weird to live, but too rare to die, and they need to stay. They need to stay. So please consider everything that I said today and make it possible. Let's fund some Kickstarters, guys. Let's fund some petitions. If any of you happen to have any personal connections with Nintendo higher-ups for some reason, let them know about this video. Just, I don't know. I don't know how much of an impact I can make, but I'm going to make as much of an impact as I can. So send this video to everyone possible, please. I'm not trying to advertise myself, because I didn't make this for myself. I made this for all the people who need to hear it. I need people to have hope, like I think that we have hope now with these remasters. And if Nintendo listens to the fans, if they listen to the fans of all of these RPG series, we can have the perfect world of Mario RPGs. I don't think that Nintendo needs to keep restricting. I think that they can do all of this and more. They could make, and all together, we could have an awesome mashup game between all these franchises. Just think about that. Okay, maybe that would be too much, but I don't know. Just think of a Mario RPG where we get to play as the partners in separate parties. Think of a 5-player character party where you could put Goombella, Wario, Kyra Koopa from Oracle, whatever, Bobby reincarnated as a spirit from Origami King, and I don't know, Gino, all in a single party. Just think of the epicness a crossover could have. Just think of the masterpieces that could be created from what I've said today. Thank you again all for watching this video, and please, please subscribe so that more of us, so more people, the more you subscribe and like this video, the more people will see this video, and the more hope and inspiration we can have. And a big thank you for all the Paperverse creators that are creating amazing games like Bug Fables and stuff. Keep it up. We love you for making these games, for bringing back the magic. And we just need Nintendo to bring back the magic, because indie developers have so much on their shoulders. It's not easy for them. And we need Kickstarters. We need to prove to Nintendo that this can happen. Thank you again all for watching this video. And please let me know if I can help you in any way. Let me know if I can bring more hope to anyone. And let me know if you want me to like make a Fantendo page about Omega, whatever. Maybe I'll make a series explaining about my Mario and Luigi ideas if you want to see that. So this is probably my favorite video I've ever made, so I hope you liked it as much as I did. Anyway, enough ranting. Have a great day, Mario fans. Peace out.